A Columbia redistricting proposal has some residents drawing the line.
A new team in a scrambled conference.
The Columbia School Board met tonight. Is there now a new collective bargaining agreement in place for teachers? KOMU8 News at 9 starts now.
From Studio 8A, coverage you can count on. This is KOMU8 News at 9 on the CW.
Columbia teachers will have to wait a little longer before they have a decision on a collective bargaining agreement. Good evening, I'm Angie Bailey.
And I'm Chris Saunders. The Columbia School Board did not vote as expected on the proposal. KOMU8's Matt Evans is at the meeting. Matt, why did they not vote at all?
Well, it felt like KOMU8 News.
All right, Matt, thanks a lot. Tonight, there's an effort to recall a Columbia City councilman.
Some residents want to recall 4th Ward Councilman Daryl Dudley. KOMU8's Dan Greenwald tells us why.
This is just so
Monday. A small group came out to the Columbia Public Library tonight to learn how to winterize their gardens.
But before that, TCU, though, with the Big 12, is looking to expand. That move now could provide much-needed stability to the Big 12, which actually lost Nebraska and Colorado and will lose Texas A&M next year. TCU currently competes in the Mountain West Conference and was set to join the Big East. TCU will pay an exit fee, but declined to confirm exactly how much that will be. The SEC Board of Presidents announced today they did not talk about the conference expansion during those fall talks. The official statement from the board is a bit open-ended. It reads, the presidents and chancellors of the Southeastern Conference met on Monday for its regularly scheduled fall meeting. While they discussed a wide range of issues dealing with the changing landscape of intercollegiate athletics, no actions were taken with regards to expansion.
Well, we've seen the clouds. Temperatures fall into the upper 50s to start your Tuesday morning. I'll have full details on what you can expect for the remainder of your work week coming up.
Great, thanks, Michelle.
Sounds fun.
Ellington-based Sun Security Bank failed on Friday.
Great Southern Bank has taken over all of its assets. KOMU8's Katie Brennan is live tonight at Holt Summit Bank branch, and that's one that is experiencing the change.
That's exactly right. The takeover happened relatively quickly from...
All right, Katie, thanks a lot. A house fire claimed the life of a Boone County woman this morning. A passerby reported the fire, and firefighters say they had it under control within 10 minutes of arriving on the scene. Officials said they found the victim in the living room after firefighters put out the flames. Investigators say the house is almost a total loss. No word yet on whether the victim lived at the home, but one neighbor says he's shocked by the fire.
I'm not sure really what happened. I left to go to my uncle's down the hill, and we heard the fire trucks go by not 20 minutes after I'd been down there, and got a phone call that said his house was on fire. I just in shock, couldn't believe it happened.
After several hours of investigation, officials have not determined the cause of the fire or released the identity of the woman who died. One official says they won't have the answer to those questions until tomorrow. The Boone County Commission begins this week with a new presiding commissioner. Dan Atwill takes over after the death of Ed Robb 2 weeks ago. The commission has been hearing proposals to figure out next year's budget. The county predicts revenue from the sales tax to rise, meaning there's little threat to any cuts. Commissioner Karen Miller credits department heads for their approach.
They have done it. We haven't had to take our knife out to any budgets because people have done that on their own, managed within their resources, and I'm very thankful for that.
Miller says the county will use the extra money to buy items it put off getting in the past. 6 weeks remain for the commissioners to hear from the county departments and finalize the budget.
If you think your cell service is sketchy, check this one out.
Why'd you look at me? Millions of customers, 3 continents, one big blackout. That's coming up.
Ball game, I think there's going to be no complaints there, but we really need this rain right now, so we'll take it.
It was nice to see you out there this evening. Thanks a lot, Michelle.
Yeah, thanks a lot. A lone man took his cross-country walk for awareness for cancer recipients through mid-Missouri today. Mike Tittinger founded the Ani and Obi Scholarship Fund in honor of his late wife. Deanna Tittinger died after receiving a heart transplant back in 2000. Tittinger hopes to prompt others to become organ donors.
Deanna had to wait about 8 months to get a matching heart, and you wonder what her fate might have been if she'd received one earlier.
Tittinger began his walk in San Francisco and plans to end in New Jersey. His goal is to raise $25,000 for transplant patients and their families. You can follow Tittinger's blog or donate to the nationwide fund at MikeyWalks.com. Columbia's Commission on Cultural Affairs met today to discuss future artworks around the city. The Percent for Art program allows for 1% of the cost of new city construction to be used for site-specific art. The commission discussed the type of art that will be placed outside the future Short Street garage.
Well, if it's outside, I'm presuming it'll be a sculptural or a ceramic, work. A sculpture would come to mind, but, it could be something attached onto the building, I suppose. So.
Among other things, the commission is responsible for contributing the glass panels on the Walnut Street garage and the key to the city sculpture in front of City Hall. A peaceful protest turns violent.
Find out why kids may have sparked the chaos.